Welcome to BioThought. So today we are going to discuss the 19th page of biological classification chapter of Ncert textbook, and we are coming almost to the end topic. And okay, fine. So the kingdom Plantae. In the previous classes we discussed about the kingdom Fungi, and we concluded about kingdom Fungi, and now we are going to kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae includes eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means what? All eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms. So eukaryotic means it is having true nucleus, right? Commonly called as plants. And a few members are partially heterotropic. Partially heterotropic members are there, such as insectivorous plants or parasites. Parasites means what? That is living on the host, and insectivorous, that is eating insects and all. Okay, so the bladder means they are digesting that insects. Okay, so they are partially heterotropic. Then bladderwort and Venus flytrap are examples of insectivorous plants. Which are the examples? Bladderwort and Venus flytrap. And Cuscuta is a parasite. The plant cells have an eukaryotic structure with prominent chloroplast. Plant cells will be having a prominent chloroplast and eukaryotic structure. And the cell wall mainly made up of what? Cellulose. These are the peculiar features, and you will study the eukaryotic cell structure in detail in chapter 8. And the plants including this kingdom Plantae, that will be including what all things? Yes, Plantae includes algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. So the Plantae kingdom include which all groups? Algae. Okay, then they are coming to more complex structures. So bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms are the flowering plants. These each group you will study in the next chapter, the plant kingdom chapter. And life cycle of plants have two distinct phases. They are having two distinct phases. That is sporophytic phase is there. Sporophytic and sporophytic is diploid. And then what? Haploid, gametophytic. This will also shows gametophytic, haploid. So this will go reduction division and forms haploid spores, and this will what? This will produce the gametes, male and female, and then fuse together forming the zygote and zygote to sporophyte. Okay, here the spores are produced after meiosis or reduction division, and then that will goes to gametophytic stage, right? So this are alternate with each other, and the length of the haploid, that is this length of this haploid, and the length of this haploid, and also this what? Length of this haploid and diploid phases are whether these plants are free living. These phases are free living or dependent on others. That is, gametophyte depends on sporophyte, right? Vary among the different groups in plants. So this phenomenon is called as, depending on that, these groups are they are forming different groups, and this phenomenon is called alternation of generation. Then you will study. So there are some factors taking length of the haploid and diploid phase, and then what? Whether these phases are free living or depend on others, vary among different groups in plants, and this is called as alternation of generation. You will study detail in the chapter 3. And coming to the kingdom Animalia. The kingdom Animalia is characterized by the heterotropic eukaryotic organisms that are multicellular, and their cell walls cells lack cell walls. Their cells don't have any cell walls, and they are heterotropic, and depending on other organisms, and eukaryotic organisms multicellular. Okay, these are the features, and they directly or indirectly depend on plants for food. Directly in the sense they will directly, that is animals like cow and all directly having the plants and all. Indirectly in the sense like tiger predating the rabbit, likewise. Okay, the herbivores, and they digest their food in internal cavity. And they store the food reserves as a glycogen or fat. These are the peculiarities of kingdom Animalia, and their mode of nutrition is holozoic. Holozoic in the sense ingestion of the food. And they follow a definite growth pattern and grow into adults that have a definite shape and size, and definite growth pattern. Higher form shows elaborate what? Sensory and neuromotor mechanisms, higher forms, and most of them are capable of locomotion, movement. Then what? The sexual reproduction is by copulation of male and female, followed by embryological development. We used to see in humans also, right? Yes, male gamete, female gamete fusion. And salient features of the various phyla are discussed in the chapter 4. So you will learn detail in the chapter 4. Then coming to the end portion, that is the virus, viroids, prions and lichens. So in the 5 kingdom classification of R.H. Whittaker, there is no mention of lichens. Lichens, they didn't mention in which group they comes. And some acellular. What do you mean by acellular? Acellular, A for absent. Acellular, that is they lack a cell structure. Organisms like virus, viroids and prions. And these are briefly introduced here. These groups are not in the R.H. Whittaker's 5 kingdom classification of kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. So all of us who have suffered the ill effects of common cold, yes, is it? And flu, we will also call it as flu. And know that what effects the virus can have on us. We know the symptoms and all, right? And what is the effect? And if we do not associate it with our condition. If you do not, so virus did not find a place in classification since they are not considered truly living. They have no place in the classification because they are not truly living. If we understand living as those organisms that have a cell structure, we used to say living organisms have a cell structure, virus do not. So they are acellular. And the virus are non-cellular or acellular organisms that are characterized by having an inert crystalline structure outside the living cell, like we will say like a sand, like inert crystalline structures only they are having. Okay, that is microscopic and it is not visible for the naked eye and all. So that's all regarding the page 19 of Ncert biology, and we will be dealing the next page in the next class. And keep watching. And there is a happy news that our BioThought have hit 100 subscribers today. So happy Independence Day also. And that's it.